Goedendag en welkom bij deze video met Lars, dat ben ik. And that's all the Dutch that Google Translate taught me today. Judging by the title, you probably already know what this video is going to be about. And yes, it is about my trip to Amsterdam, and even more exciting and amazing, all the experience that I gained from attending the first ever and hopefully annual VidCon Europe. First of all, I want to address the obvious elephant in the room, and that's my beard. It's gone because the movie shoot that I grew it out for has been postponed to August, so I don't have to look like a homeless person anymore. Yay! When I first heard that VidCon is coming to Europe for the very first time, I could not go. And then my friend Leah joined me on this trip, so this was even more amazing. So VidCon itself happened on Saturday and Sunday, April 8th and 9th. Leah and I took the bus overnight from Wednesday to Thursday to Amsterdam, and that bus was crowded as fuck, and I don't understand that, but we arrived really early in the morning, around 7, and went to the hotel, just left our luggage there, and explored the city, got breakfast, and the first thing that we wanted to do was a little canal tour. And it's kind of like what I love to do on a trip, like take a tourist bus ride that kind of shows you all the attractions, or like most of it. So you know your way around a little and know what might be interesting to you, and like can deduce from that where you want to go and explore even further. Instantly fell in love with Amsterdam. Everything was so pretty and so cute, and all these like tilted and non-straight houses. Straight, hashtag dad joke. And after we've gotten off the boat, we would just walk around and do some window shopping and just look at everything and explore. We did not think of getting tickets to the Anne Frank house long enough in advance, so unfortunately we didn't make it to the Anne Frank house, but that's fine. Just another reason to return. On Friday we decided to get there rather early so we could already go to the Rai Congress Center and pick up these bad boys, or passes. We felt a bit cultured and artsy that day, so we wanted to go to a few museums. Ended up only going to the Rijksmuseum because that's a big ass museum, and we walked around for like 5 or 6 hours, and there was so much art, so much beautiful art, and so much history to discover. And to be quite honest, I don't really know much about the Netherlands, so that was really interesting. Pretty much every picture there was a dog somewhere. We would be like, oh my god, puppy! No offense. Then we did some more shopping to get like souvenirs and postcards and all that jazz, and went back to the hotel and chilled, and then went out again to have dinner and explored the city at night, which was also really pretty. And again, we wanted to go to bed early because we knew that we had to get up early to go to VidCon. I wanted to be there when it opened. There was a passport picture to take, and they had this really cool booth where you do a 360-degree video of yourself portraying King Arthur from the upcoming King Arthur movie, which apparently I hadn't heard of before. I was already separated from Leah at that point because she had a lot of meet and greets, pretty much the Holy Trinity, Grace Helbig, Mamrie Hart, and Anna Hart. Later that night we were back at the hotel. I was going through my Snapchat and I saw Grace had snapped some of the meet and greet. This one particular snap where it's just her, and so we were freaking out, so I'm gonna insert that clip here. So to kind of abbreviate that, the panels that I attended that day were the Power of Community, a workshop about copyright. I'm a librarian, so I kind of was not that much news to me, but it was interesting how he advises to handle things. That was really interesting. Then there was a panel called Small, Rising and Established, about how big YouTube is and how things change for them in their career and stuff. It was really nice. Interestingly enough, Alex Wasabi, who was apparently not a feature creator, just walked around really and sat like among us. It was so cool, and it kind of is like the prime example of what this entire thing is. It was really chill and laid back. A lot of them would just like walk by and, you know, without bodyguards and security, and nobody would mob them or like scream at them. And everyone kept saying that throughout the entire convention, that they loved how chill and relaxed and that they could walk around freely, which I assumed they couldn't in America. And then I attended the panel on language in your videos, and that was really inspiring for myself because I make my videos in English. And after that, I'm very much inclined to start making videos in German every now and then, and that's gonna be so awkward, but yeah, why not? Then there was another really interesting panel about how to build an audience. That was really cool. And in the evening, I went to the Tyler Oakley Q&A. And Tyler Oakley is just an angel. He's so energetic and funny and pure positive energy around him, and you just have to smile.
Every single human in this country is the kindest version of a YouTube viewer I've ever met.
Because I attended that, I was a bit late to the creator keynote, and all these creators were doing like little speeches or something about their career as a content creator on the platform. And it was so interesting and also inspiring in some way, and also showing what you can do. Like, there kind of are no limits, and I really love that way of thinking.
I love telling my story because I can see myself as a good example as someone who did not give up and really pushed and pursued their passion.
But we do the nerdiest ones because we take video games, movies, and TV, apply math, science, and history, and create nerdy conclusions like Super Mario is a sociopath based on the Encyclopedia of Abnormal Psychology.
So set really small mundane goals. If you want 10 people to watch this video, if they do it, that means you succeed. And rewarding yourself for your successes is also really fun. Can you drink all my thoughts? 'Cause I can't stand them.
After that, there was a Saturday night feature creator show, and also that included a lot of fun.
Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my steps, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me.
Why you gotta get so caught up? Mistakes every day won't make it fine. You're complaining, it's suffocating. I'm not pulling away, I just don't like PDA.
When life is a blank, how can you be content standing still until your eyes dry out? That's not what cool kids do anymore. The cool kids love ferociously, stay up late because they want it just right. They are hungry for more and will not be silenced. The cool kids care about people, about poetry, about science, about art. They are not embarrassed of the moments that make their nerves burn. They're not ashamed that they are different. They shout it. I got first place at one of those writing tournaments. I was really proud of it. And now I wish I could tell all the kids who said it was lame that I'm performing in Amsterdam right now. If I could go back and change what I've done, I tell myself it's fine to feel all of it and then some, to be an authority on appetite instead of apathy, to find out that, yeah, passion makes you vulnerable, but that's sort of the point. We're all trapped in our heads, and the cracks in our skin are the only way we can let other people in, so do. Nowadays, I think that's too cool. That's it. Thank you, guys.
I'm being pulled in a new direction, but I think I like it. Oh, I think I like it. I'm being pulled in a new direction. Through my painful pursuit, somehow birdies took root. When you're by my side, no one else, so looking down. No one else, I want around. It's the only thing I know.
1, 2, 3, come on! Or one of my personal favorites that's coming up on Film Theory next week, so this is a preview, that Moana is actually Maui's daughter from the movie Moana. That's coming, so get excited there. There's a lot of evidence for it.
It's been a blast, it was so cool. And Sunday came and it was the second day of VidCon, and it started with me exploring more of the fun activities and attending the Q&A that Joe Graceffa and his boyfriend Daniel Prenda did. I was able to ask a question and get an answer.
Hi, so I'm currently reading Children of Eden.
Oh!
First of all, chapter 11, how dare you?
Chapter 11? What happened in that chapter?
Did you read your own book?
I don't remember the chapters.
The mother?
Oh!
No spoilers. My question...
That was actually the first scene that I came up with for the book. That was like my first vision. I know that's like kind of sad, like, anyways, what was your question?
Yeah, the question, you are planning on turning that into a movie, right?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Have a dream cast for that?
A dream cast.
Joey will be playing all roles.
All the roles. You know, I've been asked that a few times, and I really want an unknown to play Rowan, just because like I have such a specific vision in my mind, and there's no actress currently that like fits my vision of her. So
I think it's gonna be easier to find like fresh talent instead of going and like finding super famous people already.
But like, I might not have control over it. If the studio wants someone, like they're gonna put them in. So I don't know how much control I'm gonna have, but I don't know. I guess I need to think more about that.
Then I attended a panel on how to balance life and creating, and it was really interesting because that's something that I struggle with. Being a full-time student, working a part-time job, taking care of the dog 1 day a week, social life, and all of that, trying to balance that with creating. And I love creating. It's something I thoroughly enjoy. And then the thing that I was most excited for, and that was the creator chat with Ricky Dillon. All of the other amazing people that were on that creator chat were doing such a brilliant job at keeping the conversation flowing and bouncing off of each other, asking questions, and like kind of keeping it natural. It's talent I wish I had. All my questions were actually answered without me asking one of them, which felt a bit awkward. To clarify, I was not silent all the time.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. No, of course. Oh my god, y'all have great cards.
Ricky Dillon has been an inspiration for me for a while. Although some of the things that he inspired me to do, I have not done yet, but that's not yet part, that's gonna happen in the future. I don't know, I just felt like grateful to be given that opportunity to talk to him. It was a lovely creative chat and all these people were so awesome, and I'll just stay in touch in some way or another. Yeah, I like the idea of kind of supporting each other. I've started checking out their channels. Those channels that I've checked out so far, I'm really impressed with. Keep doing what you're doing, it's good. Then I rushed to the LGBTQ+ panel. That was a crowded stage, but I only knew one person, and that was Joe Graceffa. All the other people were new to me. And that's another thing about the entire VidCon. I have been exposed to so many interesting creators that I've never heard of before, or that I heard of but never really checked out, and now I'm like more intrigued.
My name is Jazza. I am going to be moderating today and making sure that all of these beautiful, lovely people get to have their time to shine. So I wanted us to all be able to introduce ourselves nice and briefly.
And at multiple occasions I teared up. At the end of the panels there's always a little time frame for questions from the audience. And there was this one really young boy, like 14-ish, who comes from this small tiny village and said that he's like afraid of coming out because he's not sure how his environment and his family is gonna react. And I just had this urge to walk up to him and give him a hug and tell him like it's gonna be okay. Good that my seat was in the middle of that row, as I would have had access to do that, and it's a bit creepy for me, like twice his age. And that panel was hosted by a YouTuber called Jazza John, who again I've never heard of, and I instantly liked him because he's quite cute. I actually considered in the Q&A part raising my hand and asking for his number, but I thought that was a bit too awkward. I randomly ran into him later, and we quickly talked for a minute and took a selfie. He's a really lovely guy, and he's funny. He's cool, really, really cool. He's a good boy. And then I got to a panel that was about race and representation of that. Race in general is a concept that I kind of cannot wrap my head around. I don't really understand it. For racism, I mean, historically and factual base and all that, I understand that it exists and that it's an issue, but I cannot comprehend or understand why at all. And the final panel that I attended was about how to make the best with what you have. You may know I have upgraded my gear a bit over the past 1.5 years, and I'm still filming on my phone. Although I do still have Hannah's camera here, I just don't really know how to handle it. Again, I learned a lot on that panel, and the ultimate finale of the entire convention was the Sunday night feature creator show, and so many creators came up on stage, and there was this one particular thing, Matt Pat, who I adore. He's outstandingly handsome and talented, and for some reason I didn't know until that day that he is also a really good singer. He told a very inspiring story just about life and how to live life to the fullest, pretty much what my last video is about. And all in all, that show was awesome. Just hear a few clips from that.
And good night! But our favorite thing that a lot of you, even when we were meeting some of you, would even tell us is how you let us know that when you have found one of your favorite YouTubers because of YouTubers React, is probably our most favorite thing, because it shows that we can spread more love to more creators through the show.
Describe your experiences.
It's like coffee.
Yeah.
Oh.
What was that? Come on!
I just saw the back of my head. It was very interesting.
Uh-huh.
Look.
It's you!
Where's the what? Huh? 'Cause I
Can
sing.
I swear it's true. I'm just a little nervous in front of you.
Okay. I think I messed up. I just wanted to improvise. Should we try another day?
Well, I think I sounded great, so.
Cause I
Can sing, I swear it's true. Oh.
I'm just a little nervous.
in front of you. After John Smith traveled back to England, I helped my people cultivate the fields. More English, French, and Spaniards came to visit, and they greeted us with guns and germs and steel. They forced us into unknown lands of exile. They pillaged, raped, and left us all for dead. So now I'm far more liberal with a weapon when I separate their bodies from their heads. What? What? School?
Schoenen?
School?
No.
Wait. Say it again?
Schoenen?
Squid?
No, not even close.
Shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dink it, sink it. The mustard really comes through.
It was so good.
Mustard and chocolate, fish, onions.
Stephanie, you should try it.
Oh yeah.
We thought that we would show you guys how much you've taught us about your country, your culture, your continent in coffee shops. In a fun little trivia game that we're calling Amsterdamasses.
I'm going back to America eventually, and I don't think that I'll have the capability of eating 40,000 calories of peanut M&Ms. A number of these had notes on them, so I read the notes. I ate a bunch of peanut M&Ms, I gave some of them away, and still I have about 20 pounds, which is, I don't know, 85 kilograms of peanut M&Ms.
Yeah, that's VidCon already. For Monday morning, Leah and I decided to catch up on some sleep and sleep in. And for our final day, we took a trip to the Lookout, which is this huge tower in the north of Amsterdam. Pretty much get an amazing view over the entire city. Depending on which direction you would look at, it would be just like green or like this little houses, and I really love Amsterdam, I really do. So we did what every girl has to do, and that's a big ass shopping tour. Leah always found something at every store and bought like something, whilst I kinda didn't. The last store that we went to changed that. I bought 2 t-shirts and a jumper. But yeah, then we did groceries and slept and took the bus back home the next day, and here we are. It was an amazing trip, and I would do it all over again. And I really hope that VidCon is turning into an annual thing that I can attend every year. It was awesome, it was so cool. I hope this video was not too boring for you. There's this thing you can do. Leave me a comment if you've been to VidCon or if you've encountered E2 and if anything like that has happened to you that has impressed you, or a trip that's impressed you that much. And subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and see you next week with a brand new video. And I still don't have an outro, so I'm just gonna say adieu.